Hey guys, it's Sarah with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we have a review and install of the MBRP 2.5-inch single exhaust system in a side exit configuration, fitting your 05 to 15 4.0 liter Toyota Tacomas. This is perfect for the Tacoma owner who wants a budget-friendly full exhaust system that mimics their factory exhaust, but provides some more sound over that large stock muffler. This single exhaust system features MBRP's 2.5-inch aluminized steel piping. It features the same fit as their stainless kits, but saves you a ton of cash over those stainless options. This exhaust features a cutoff that ends under the passenger side of your truck, and it follows the same path as your factory system. Now, this is a catback system, meaning you retain your factory catalytic converters. However, it does replace that large factory muffler to get you some more sound out of your exhaust and a deeper tone at idle. Now, speaking of sound, I'm giving this one a 3 out of 5 on the loudness meter. As I said before, it replaces that large factory muffler to get some more sound out of your Tacoma, but because it is still a muffled system, it's keeping that sound under control. So as far as price goes, this option comes in at around $390, which is on the lower end price-wise when compared to other options. This is because of the materials they use. However, you still get a full exhaust system that's going to get you some more sound over stock. And as far as the install goes, I'm giving this one a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It does feature a direct bolt-up install with no modification required and can be done within 2 hours. So with that said, let's check out the install. For this install, we used an impact gun, but a regular ratchet will work just fine. You'll also need 15 and 14 millimeter sockets, and you may want an exhaust hanger removal tool. All right, so we have our Tacoma in the air, and the first step in the uninstall is to remove both of the bolts at the front flange of the exhaust. Grab a 14 millimeter socket and let's get these removed. Now we have a little bit of PB Blaster on these just because they are a bit rusty, so we sprayed them down. Now we can remove them with a 14 millimeter socket. Now that we have our exhaust disconnected, we can disconnect all of the hangers as well. We have an exhaust hanger removal tool here. And we're going to slowly work it off of each of the hangers. You can add a little bit of lubricant here to help the rubber isolator move past the hanger. And you might just have to work it off of the end a little bit. And now that that's off, we can move on to the rest. Now you can repeat that with the rest of your hangers. Just be ready, as once all of your hangers are removed, and once the hangers are removed, go ahead and remove it off of your truck. All right, now that we have our factory exhaust uninstalled from our truck, we can check it out side by side with our new exhaust here. Now they do feature a similar style to one another. They both feature a cutoff at the end rather than an actual tip. Our new exhaust features 2.5-inch mandrel bent aluminized steel, but the biggest difference here comes with our muffler section. The MBRP exhaust features a much smaller muffler for some more sound without being too overpowering. So with that said, let's go ahead and finish up our install. Now the first step in our install is to line up the flange pipe section to the factory exhaust. Once that is in place, what we're going to do is grab the factory hardware, including the spring, and go ahead and line it up and start to thread it in. Now I did want to point out that our exhaust, we have a nut on the back side because we don't have a threaded nut there anymore. You will just be able to thread this bolt right in without having to worry about a nut on the back side. Same thing for the other bolt. You can just thread it in, but we will go ahead and thread a nut on the back side. Next, what we're going to do is slide the clamp on this section. We are using this clamp as opposed to the two other ones in the kit, because what we need to do is line up this bracket. You just want to go right past that nut there, and then go ahead and slide it in place. This holds the hanger on that we'll install in the next step. Now we can install the muffler section over top. Now with our muffler section in place, what we're going to do is line up the clamp over top. And once they are lined up, we can line up this rubber isolator. To make it a little bit easier, I'm going to remove the rubber isolator from the truck and install it over our clamp hanger first. And then install it back over the factory hanger. Now we can install the clamp at the back of our muffler section and install the over axle pipe section into that muffler section. Next up, we'll start to line up and install the rubber hangers. Make sure they're fully seated in the exhaust. And finally, we'll install our last pipe section. Make sure you slide your clamp over top. Line up the piping, and then we can install the hanger. Now you can install the rubber isolator that came with your kit. And then slide it over the hanger on your truck. And now that all of our clamps and hangers are installed, we can tighten down our exhaust. Grab a 14mm socket, and I'm using a wrench as well just because of the nut on the back side. You will only need the socket. Go ahead and tighten them down. Now with your 15mm socket, go ahead and tighten down the clamp that's holding on the hanger and your muffler section. Repeat that process for the rest of your clamps. Just tightening down each of these evenly to get a good clamp on the exhaust. All right, so that is going to do it for the review and install of this exhaust. And remember, for all things Tacoma, keep it at extremeterrain.com.